Hi, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Leslie, if you haven't been here before. And today we're going to talk about how the week went. I hope you guys had a great Canada Day. I know it was beautiful here, and we certainly did. What have I been up to? Well, it's Christmas in July, guys. Heaven. The time just went one, two, three, gone. So, needless to say, I have been up to Christmas in July things. Just give me one moment. I'm going to try turning on the other light. There, much better. Sorry about that, guys. It kind of left it off because the sun was shining in so nicely and now it's gone behind a cloud and I needed to turn it on. But anyway, back to what we were saying, Christmas in July. So that is some of what I've been working on. So let's go through some of the things, okay? First of all, let's go to the project I am currently working on. We're going to discuss a mistake. We're going to discuss how I'm going to fix it, but we're also going to kind of finish it. Let's have a look. So I am making this sign, and I love the sign. However, there is something missing. Have yourself furry little Christmas. I should have moved furry and little over to here and put there. Have yourself a furry little Christmas. This design was provided by somebody else. And so when I saw it, my brain just instinctively read it as have yourself a furry little Christmas. Right? It happens to the best of us. So, how am I going to fix it, you ask? I am going to simply paint a couple of coats over it because this is just engraved. And then I am going to move these two over and put Easy peasy, right? Then people have asked me how I line up my letters for these signs, and I actually find it quite easy. I measure my sign. I count my letters, okay? And then I go, like in this case, 11 inches, 9 letters. I can go an inch in on either side. And that is exactly what I did. Then to keep them straight, I use my pink tape because it is removable. And I line them all up, putting the C and the S into place first. Okay, so that my sides are even. And then laying down my letters exactly where I want them and gluing them. Someone had suggested that I take a Sharpie and I trace over the have yourself furry and little with a black or green Sharpie so that I could add my without having to redo my whole entire sign. I don't have enough confidence in myself to make an A that matches. I know that sounds weird. And I probably honestly could do it. Honestly. I'm not sure I want to fight that fight. Now, the other thing I could do is this. since this one is for me, it is basically a sample project for myself. And to do the video, I could just simply do this. Re-engrave it on this side so that we can go ahead and have a clean um, surface to work from. I have never tried painting over engraving before, but I could try it here. Use this as the back, this as the front, replace the missing ah, and I'm good to go. So how did I do it? Well, this is a dollar store round. That's all you need. This was engraving on my laser cutter. It could be, if you don't have a laser cutter, but you have a Cricut, it could be cut out as vinyl from your Cricut, or even paper. The choice is yours. It could be that you cut it out of stencil paper and stencil it on. And then, of course, the letters were once again cut out on my laser cutter. However, you can buy wooden letters at Michael's, well, I shouldn't say Hobby Lobby. We don't have one. So anywhere you could buy wooden letters, you could cut letters out on your Cricut using chipboard, using the packaging from, say, a box of cereal or crackers, doubling up maybe to get some extra height, or maybe even 3 to get the extra height for your letters, and then just painting it up. What did I use for paint? Well, the white, because I didn't want it really shiny, was this craft white. And then the letters are the Deco Art Metallic in Garnet. However, once again, use what you have on hand. That is what I am doing. I am going through and using what craft supplies I have on hand to get things done. So now I will make my choices, and you will see after I am done a completed sign so that you can see what it looked like and what choice I made. So we will have Christmas signs. Okay, then for Christmas, I also went ahead and made this one, Believe. And of course, as you can see, it was done on my 3D printer. It was done on the Bamboo A1. This really impresses me as a print. And I do have right here, just give me one moment, my book. And I'm going to let you know, in case you have your own 3D printer and you want to go ahead and you want to print this one out, I want you to be able to do so. So what I put in to find it was Christmas in July. And this came up. Now, I'm not sure if that was this July, last July. Doesn't matter. Oops, sorry, guys. This one came up. And I will tell you a secret. It came up, and I didn't have a dark brown filament for these two pieces right here. However, I had dark brown Rust-Oleum paint. And so I printed these off in the same brown as this. I took them outside. I spray painted them. And then I sealed them with Krylon spray so that the paint wouldn't come off. And this is what the result was. And this beautiful shelf sitter sign was made by, I'm sorry, I don't want to butcher the name, R. Ijstraket. So Ridge Dracket. I'm not sure how to say it, but it was on Maker's World. And I'm sure if you typed in Christmas Believe, it would come right up. I love the depth of it. I love the way that everything dropped in and fit so nicely. And it was a multi-plate print. It took, uh, you know, probably $3 worth of filament at the most, $3 to $4. $4 is a way overestimate. And then we have oh, this part here was the longest one, the black, and it was 2 hours and 30 minutes. And then the rest probably came to, doing math in my head, another hour, hour and a half. But doing them each on the separate plate, each color, meant that I didn't have nearly so much waste. So I love that. So if you would like a nice sign to print off on your printer for Christmas, there it is. If you don't have a 3D printer, but you have a laser cutter that you can paint these colors, there it is. If you don't have either of those items, but you have a Cricut, you could cut this out in paper. You could cut it out in chipboard. All the possibilities are the same as the things that I do with wood. Okay? And then I also wanted to print off a gift box. My my granddaughter will be 10. And so for Christmas, she is receiving a granddaughter's pride necklace. And I thought in here would be perfect, right? So you can size this up or down. And this one came from, just give me 1 minute, guys. This one was done on the A1, not the S1, and it came from Maker's World. And it was by Jerry, Jerrye. And there was different options. It printed on separate plates. It was a 2-plater. And it took, oh my goodness, 2 hours. But it fits together perfectly. Okay. And we'll make a perfect little box for putting maybe some 3D printed minis, or like I am, a necklace or earrings, whatever you like. So there we go, guys. And then what else did I print off? Well, there is this. And this one here, just let me get to, is called Santa's Sorting Hat Mini Christmas Lamp. Of course, we all know that it's the sorting light or sorting hat from Harry Potter. But I have not painted it yet. However, I'm going to show you. Isn't that the coolest? Now for this one, I am going to use Colonial Red Shake and Spray. And then I will use brown for the leather. And I will probably put some hints of black on it with just my fingers. Sorry guys, I got to remember to keep her down with just my fingers so that you can get some highlights and toning on it. So there we go. There is a little Christmas bauble. So there is that one for Christmas in July. And once it's finished, I will be sure to pop it back in and let you guys see. What else did I print this week? Well, let's have a look. I printed a frog. Isn't that cute? It's for keeping items in. I've seen a lot of them besides bathtubs with the kids' little bath beads, or the not bath beads, the crayons that they use to write on the wall in the tub with that kind of thing on it. I've seen them beside sinks and bathtubs with your wedding rings and so forth in them. All kinds of ideas. So I've printed one. That's how he turns out. And the reason he has the eyes in his mouth, if you want to take a look, is because there he is about to come off the printer again. It is happening every time I get something printed off for the shop. And this I can print. It came from Layers in Green. I have a membership so on their Patreon, so I am allowed to print and use in my shop. And so the minute that it was seen by my husband, he quickly claimed one. So, of course, yeah, print another one. But when I printed the eyes for this one, I just did 2 sets so that I didn't have to reprint the eyes again. So this was the Froggy Catch-All by Layers in Green, and the way to get it is to visit their Patreon. This one will be, if it sells, then it will be a standard one for me, because this print is easy. It only takes 2 hours. You're done. The eyes all together, the white, the black, 2 minutes or 9 minutes. I mean, that's nothing, right? They were easy to glue. I glued the black into the white, waited for that to dry. I glued the white into the head, and there we go. We have our froggy. I am still using the Camp Leo super glue. Dries within like 30 seconds, so you have to be sure you're getting it where you want it. And it does say good for wood, so I will be using it for the letters for my Christmas sign also. So that's what's going on, guys. So much. It's just unbelievable how quick the projects start rolling when you need to get them done. I did print off this little guy. He was a test print. He was at, I want to say 75% of his size. So there is like, I'll bring you back down. Sorry, guys, you really can't get a size. There we go. So by the time, if I use the 100% size, he would probably come to about there. And he is called a ferret. That's what they named him. They said he's a ferret. And this one came from Layers in Green. And it printed 2 at a time. The other one's already hanging up behind me. And he was done in 3 hours and 6 minutes. And I used a red silver color by Isengu. I'm not sure how to say it. But it's a beautiful color. I of course do have to paint the eyes, and I will get that done. It will go straight into the paint me bucket. So there we go, guys. That about sums up what's going on in the shop this week. So remember, we've had a how to fix it, how to get your colors on or your letters onto a sign quite easily, what's going on for Christmas in July. It's just things just keep rolling. I think next might be a tips and trick video for adding vinyl to the mugs, like, or to the glass, like the one behind me. You've got it on. Now what happens is always the question. So we will do a tips and tricks on how to keep that looking good, I think. Not positive, don't quote me. But at some point in the next couple of videos, you will see that. I'm just going to keep things rolling along here. I hope you guys enjoy a great weekend. I am not 100% positive that I will be here on Tuesday. Um, we are waiting to see if we can get a campsite a day early. So I may be pulling out of here Tuesday morning. A much needed break. I hope you guys take care and we will see you in whatever comes next. Bye.